So what would be the criteria to be a fuckboy? Just curious.
I mean, it just depends, because if you're telling a girl like, you're in love with her, you want to be with her, blah, 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 but then you're emotionally distant and you don't have nothing together, like you just bumming off her, you don't have a car, you don't have a job, like you're a fuckboy.
Ah.
Yeah.
Kind of like a pool boy. The guy does a pool boy, but he's just there for, look good. And
yeah, like a pool boy, exactly.
You know what I mean, right? Yo, it's your boy. It's Phil Wham Bam Benamino, and that's another Wham Bam Wednesday. You know the show about ordinary people who have done extraordinary things. But as we always ask, folks, we're asking, you got to subscribe. Go ahead and click the link down below, man. Subscribe. Give us a little bit of love. Show us some love. We need that. Because today's guest, you know what? Got a lot of love for this woman. It's a woman. She's a CEO. She's a rap star. She's an artist. She's a movie star. She's everything. From Virginia. Right here in the house, we got Tally Bandz here today. What's up, Tally?
What's up?
How are you, man? Thanks for making the trip out here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, Tally Bandz, where did you come up with that name? I know that's not your real name. So what's the Bandz all about? Talk to me. We talk about money bands like I got over here on the table?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
So Tally is my nickname, actually. So that's what people call me. They call me Tally. And then I just added Bandz because I get money. But it's also a play on words. So it's like Tally, like how you count.
Yeah.
So I'm counting money. I'm counting bands.
I see a
That's
little metaphor there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got it. So sometimes when you say Tally, that means you got a lot of bands.
Right.
Is that what we're doing?
I got to get the money machine at that point.
Got to get the money
machine.
I like it. Okay, that makes sense. So tell a little bit about yourself. Where you're from, I know you're from Virginia, obviously, but a little background on yourself, family, you got any siblings and stuff in there?
Yeah. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, born and raised, 2 up, 2 down. You already know. Yeah. And I started making music back in 2017 just for fun. And then it just took off crazy because my fans were just really loving it. And so,
be a female rapper. There's not a lot of that out there. Let's be honest. A lot of people claim they're female rappers, but the ones I've heard, there's probably a handful that are really, really, crafted the gift. Is rapping something you've always done as a child, though?
No, I have never
So you didn't have rhymes growing up?
No. Nothing. It's crazy because growing up, I was into modeling. So that's what I was really doing. And then I started acting. But I was on the set of a music video, and I showed the artist that I was performing with. I showed him, a movie that I was in, and I was in the movie, and I was a singer in the movie, and I was performing.
Who's in the movie?
It was called Dirty Money.
Okay,
it's on YouTube.
Okay,
it was
Dirty
one of my
Money.
first movies. Yeah,
yeah, I like it.
I'm the star in that movie too. It's all about me.
Nice.
So I was a singer in the movie, and I showed him the video, and he was like, do you really make music? And I'm like, no. He's like, well, you need to.
You go, no, I don't.
I'm
in a movie. I'm acting.
Yeah. He's like, well, you need to. You're amazing. He was like, pretty much, I can make you sound good. I'm like, what? So I get in the studio, and then this is how Tally Bandz was just created.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what was your first music for your first song?
I actually was singing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was called Turning Me On.
Oh yeah, Turning Me On. Now you have a little bit of there's a little bit of a culture there with your music and the name of your music and stuff. What are some of your songs that you've named?
So I have a few songs. So Turning Me On was my first one. I was actually singing, but I never released it because I don't know. I think I was feeling a little like, oh, I don't know about this. So then I started rapping, and my first song was called Fuck Boys.
Fuck Boys.
Yes. Because
now where you come up with the name Fuck Boys?
At the time, I was.
Are you angry or something?
I was very angry at the time when I first made that song. Yes, I was going through a lot of turbulent relationships. It was just so much going on. These men were just crazy. So I was like, I'm gonna make a song. I just wanted to feel powerful.
Now, did you think though by making a song you're cutting off half your audience? Because the guys are gonna like to hear that.
No, the guys actually love that song.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I would perform it, they'd be like, "Yo, we fuck with that, but I ain't no fuck boy though." I'm like, okay, I know if you say so. I feel like if you have to say you're not a fuck boy, you're probably a fuck boy.
Damn. So what would be the criteria to be a fuck boy? Just curious.
Just it just depends, because if you're telling a girl you're in love with her, you want to be with her, blah, 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 but then you're emotionally distant and you don't have nothing together, you just bumming off her, you don't have a car, you don't have a job, like you're a fuckboy.
Ah.
Yeah.
Kind of like a pool boy.
A pool boy?
Yeah, pool boy. You know, the guy does a pool boy, but he's just there for, look good. And
yeah, like a pool boy. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Right.
But if you're going into that, like, okay, I know what he is and I'm cool with that, that's another thing. But if he's trying to trick you into thinking he's got more than what he's got going on, come on. Like, just be honest.
So you ran into a few of these.
Yeah.
And that's why you created the music.
Yeah.
Now, did you write all the lyrics and everything?
So when I first started making music, the producer I was working with, he wrote most of my stuff, but because I was still learning how to write, he taught me how to write, how to like record everything. Like, so once I learned everything, I started writing my own music. Yeah.
What was the first song you wrote? The
first song I wrote.
What was the name of that one? I can't wait to hear this.
Wait, let me think. Hold on. It was called Boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was give me the backstory on Boom. So we got fuck boys and we got Boom.
Yeah, it was just like that. Like, so basically, I don't know if you heard the Lil Wayne song, and he goes, and the beat goes boom.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Boom. So I wanted to make a song like that and basically just talk my shit.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
So what kind of shit are you talking in the song?
I'm just talking about how I'm the best.
Yeah. Yeah. You seem to have, like I said, you got some anger bottled up inside of you and everything.
No,
you want the world
not
to
anymore.
know.
I did. Not anymore. I'm at peace now.
I see and I look at some of your videos and some of the things that are out there. It's kind of pretty. There's a lot of sexuality in your videos. You are sexy. I'm not going to say that you're not by any means, but what happened to the mystery? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no mystery anymore in the world with social media and everything out there. Like, women, like, if you just put it all out there, there's no mystery.
We'll never have mystery at this point with social media. If we want mystery, we got to go back to like 1999.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, every time I open the app, I see ass. Yeah. Someone shaking ass. I see, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so is that why you do what you do? You feel like you got to
do it because I want to.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've always done it. Like, even when I was younger, like with modeling, I wanted to be a Victoria's Secret model, and they're out there with everything showing.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to be on the runway with the lingerie, like with the wings. So I was never afraid to show my body. Because that's what I wanted to do. Okay. So even now, like, I'm like, I got it. Well, I got it right now. I'm gonna show it off.
Well, sure. I get that. I can understand. I feel that.
Before I get old and like gray and stuff, I gotta show it off.
Right. So, being a female, do you feel like this has helped you and helped your image, help you get to where you are today? Because you've grown quite a bit. Like, you're a pretty big thing right now, and it's growing. But do you feel like because being a entrepreneur, but a Black female entrepreneur, it changes the game a little bit, and being a sexy one on top of that?
I think sex sells. It does. It's not that I'm trying to sell sex though. Like, it's just natural for me. Yeah. It's just natural, and I have a good time, like, being myself. I'm just being myself. Yeah. I'm being me, pretty much.
So did you grow up? Did you have this personality growing up as a kid? How many? You got any siblings?
Yeah. I have. It's 9 of us total.
9?
Yeah.
9 brothers and sisters. Holy cow! That's a big household.
Yeah.
Actually, my mom had 12, so I shouldn't.
Wow.
I came from a big Italian family. Big Italian family. Yeah, a lot of aunts and uncles and stuff. But and she was actually the oldest. So, but 9. So what was it like with nine siblings?
So I actually.
Where do you fall in play? You the youngest?
I'm actually still the middle child, even with 9.
Okay.
I'm still the middle child, but I actually only grew up with 2 siblings. So my brother and my sister, and the rest we had different moms. So my dad was a Rolling Stone.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
He had all the kids.
A dad was moving around.
he was on the move.
Wait, would you consider him a fuckboy or no? I threw that out there. I'm going hard now.
About my daddy.
Yeah, I don't want to say.
He had his shortcomings. As any parent, it's hard being a parent. It's not easy,
Facts.
and I give him grace. Like, for a long time, I used to like feel angry at him for not being there and not being around. But at the end of the day, like, he's a human being. Right. And like, we all go through shit. Like, and it's not easy raising kids. Like, so
Especially
I had to
9.
just forgive him.
Especially 9.
Exactly.
That's a lot.
I just forgave him, and he's doing great now. He's doing so good. I'm so proud of my dad.
That's great. That's good. Yeah. So, obviously, growing up then, so you're saying he was in and out, so he wasn't around.
Yeah,
so you were around female, and do you have any brothers at the time?
So yeah, just my one brother. And I have another brother, but he lived in Michigan. So he came along later too. I think he's 18 now.
Yeah.
So Yeah, he came along a little later. But yeah, my brother, he's like a gamer. So he's just in the house playing his games and goes to work, and that's it. Like he's not like out here, in these streets.
how do they think about you and what you've done now since how you're pursuing your
he
career?
Loves it. He's like he thinks I'm this huge star. Like he's like,
well, you are, especially in their eyes. You know what I mean? But you are.
He always just tells me like, he's like, well, he calls me Talisha. That's my name. But he's like, Talisha, just go after what you want. Like, don't let nobody tell you or hold you back. Like, you got this. Like, you're a movie star. You're a superstar. He just always tells me that. So
yeah. So let me ask you, going back to mom and dad, did they do anything musical in their lives, or was anything, where did the music come from?
Honestly, my grandma did sing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she didn't take it serious or anything. And my dad modeled. He's handsome. He's very handsome, tall.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's why he got the girls. Boy.
Yeah, he was getting the ladies. He was getting the girls.
Lady man. I like that. I got much respect for that.
So yeah, that's probably. But honestly, no, there wasn't really any like music background in my family. Like, but it comes so natural to me. Like when I was working with the producer, he was like, "You're so talented naturally." He was like, "You're a natural artist." He's like, "I've worked with other artists and people who come in here and they've been doing it for years and they're just not good." Like, right. So he was just like, it just comes natural to you. And I guess it's just a natural thing. It's natural talent, that was God given.
Yeah, I believe in that for sure. But you know what? You got that personality. You got that it factor. You can already tell. And honestly, looking at you on social media and actually meeting you, it's two different people though too.
Really?
Yeah. Do you ever turn it on or turn it off a little bit? For the social.
I think so.
Yeah, a lot of people do though. A lot of people do. But and this is what's great about, and I love this about our show, is people get to see the backstory in people. You know what I mean? How they really are. It doesn't always have to be that social media type of thing that I have to show. Because I got about 20 seconds for everybody to take a peek. Now they can actually get to know you as who you are as a person. But do you feel like there's a lot of pressure because of all the social media?
I don't think so. It's natural to me, like with social media, it doesn't really bother me like to just post and to be on there and stuff. Like some people have so much pressure of what do I post? I'm just like, whatever, like I just post. Like it's not a big deal.
Well, you're a model. You're a model too.
I'm just used to it. Yeah, I'm just
DNA.
used to it. I'm used to being in front of the camera. And I feel like I am two different people probably, but it's, when you're like on stage performing, you obviously got to have this persona, but like, then you're just chilling. So yeah, I guess it is two different people.
So let's talk about the on-stage, performance, because music is one thing. Making the songs, making the records, that's one thing. But performing them's a whole nother game. Yeah. Do you consider yourself a good performer? Yes. Do you like performing more than going in the studio and making the music?
I love both.
Okay.
I love the whole experience of being an artist. Like, I just love it. I love like going to the studio, writing, recording. I love performing. I love interacting with my fans. I just love everything about it. But yeah, I've been told I'm a great performer, so I guess I am.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of, do you do a lot of choreographing and stuff like that?
Yeah, I have a little choreography with some of my dancers and stuff. Yeah.
And I know you just did a big gig in Vegas, didn't you?
Yeah,
did something out there. Yeah, a little bit live. What was that like? Was that the first time performing in Vegas?
That was my first time.
Yeah.
Yes. It was so dope.
Do you like performing in Vegas? What is that like?
Yes. What? Who doesn't like performing in Vegas?
I know. Vegas is my second home. Love Vegas.
Man, if you haven't been to Vegas, you got to go.
Yeah.
ASAP. Go to Vegas. Please. Everyone in their lifetime needs to go to Vegas.
Yeah, 100%. Just be careful with your money. Understand that. Yeah. Expect it to go away. You're paying for a vacation.
Exactly.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
But what was that like? So hitting the stage for the first time in Las Vegas, were you like, man, I made it? Like, this is what you're like. When was the real moment when you're just like, okay, I'm somebody. I'm somebody special now?
Man, I feel like the real moment was when they booked me and was like, we're flying you out. How much is your fee? That was when I felt like, holy shit. I made it. Like
I get to come up with a fee.
Right.
Like, I would do this for free, but
right.
Yeah.
They're like, no, what's your fee? And I'm just like, okay. So once I got out there and like, started performing, and then I also was a panelist. I got to speak to other artists and influencers about my journey and people like looking up to me. That just made me feel like, wow, like, it just made me feel really good, because it's like, that's my goal, to just inspire others and show people that it's possible. Like, go after your dreams. Like,
right.
You can do it. Yeah. You can do anything you put your mind to.
You know, music's so hard, though. I'm not going to lie. Like, I actually dabbled in it with my daughter. So my daughter was a recording artist when she was younger and stuff. And and we learned everything the hard way, because at the time, I remember her first video and album and everything we did. We didn't own any rights. So we learned the hard way afterwards. They all got stolen from us.
You got to make sure you got all your stuff in place, like, on the back end. Luckily, my producer is really big on that. So I have all of like BMI, all that stuff. Like, if you don't know what BMI is and you're an artist, like you need to get together.
You're not an artist, right? If you don't know what BMI is.
You got to get it together ASAP. So I was lucky to have a producer who put me on game.
Yeah. So speaking of producer, we got somebody in the audience here today. We got one of the Grammy Award producers, Mr. Black Elvis, is here as well. And El, you got a couple questions here for Tally? What do you got for her?
Being from Richmond, like, I know a lot of talented people from Richmond, Virginia. I mean, you got Jodeci, you got Missy, you got Pharrell. Can y'all hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm buzzing button in. Like, what really made you, and I'm going to be a little biased, to start rapping, because there are a couple female rappers, in the industry that, has been very successful. So, kind of what inspired you to kind of go down that whole road? And how do you feel like you're different from them so that you can compete into the marketplace?
Honestly, what inspired me was just like, I've always wanted to be a performer. Like, I used to be obsessed with watching Beyonce and Rihanna's performances. And I'm like, I want to do that. And that's before I even knew I could do music or rap or sing anything. And I just want to do that. I want to be on stage. And then like a couple years later, I got the opportunity to get into the studio. And so I just took advantage of it, and it just came so naturally to me. So I was like, this must be something I'm supposed to be doing, But also then seeing like, the City Girls, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, all these other female rappers like popping. I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it. Like, what? Come on.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was
do you say if they can do it, I can do it? Or do you say they can do it, I can do it better? Do you ever feel that way? Like, I mean, damn, that's kind of trash. I can do better than that. You know what I mean? Look, like, because I see that all the time. I'm like, man, that's, me up. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not gonna say that. They're not trash.
I'm not saying them specifically, but I'm saying there are things out there that you see that people are making and people are getting paid off of, and you're like, that ain't all that. Like, I could do better than that. Get me in the studio.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. But I feel like that's what makes you unique, though. Like, it doesn't have to be so great nowadays. Like, as long as your personality and like people love your music and what you have to bring, you're gonna be able to make money off of it. You know what?
I think they gotta like you. I think you have to be the one, and obviously your personality is infectious, and I think that's a key to anything. Because at the end of the day, like I said, a song is a song. You hear it, but when it's performed, then it becomes real. It becomes alive. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think and this is my own personal opinion. Back in the day, watching like MTV videos and stuff like that, like a video with a song changed the whole song. And it changed people's perspective of the song. Because then it's like, okay, now I can relate to it. Now I understand what that song is about. Because a lot of times people, especially even in rap, like there's so many words. Like, there's a lot to digest. And if you can't digest it all, you're trying to sort through it, you really don't know what the song's all about.
That's true. And with this younger generation, like, they just like fun stuff. Like, my niece is, my niece, she's 12. And so she knows I'm a rapper, and she played my music for her friends. And they were like, oh, she's cooking. She's hard. She's fire. Like...
You start hearing these words from little kids.
So the little kids love my music. Like, she's loved my music since she was like probably like 5. So, like, I just feel like if the kids love it, you're in there.
Do you ever get embarrassed though with some of your lyrics when these kids are listening to it?
I told them to listen to the clean version only.
Okay. Yeah, you put that out there.
I told her when she told me her friends were last night, make sure y'all listen to clean versions. Because I have clean versions out on all platforms too of my main songs I push.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't want like kids listening to the dirty versions, but
What
you
do
can't
like
stop
better?
the kids. It be on TikTok.
It is on TikTok.
I be hearing some crazy stuff on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm like, kids are listening to this?
I know.
Worse than my stuff.
Yes. You got a new single coming out though.
Yes.
What's it? 304. Is that
304.
So tell us a little about the inspiration of 304.
So why did I come up with 304? Oh, so there's T.I. I don't know what this was, but he did a speech where he was like, it's a lot of, bitches, niggas, and hoes in America. He was like, I think we should talk about, if you're a rapper, you deserve the right to talk about it. And I'm like, what is T.I. talking about? Like, I thought that was so hilarious. I was like, I have to do a song about this. I'm a rapper. I should be talking about 304. So 304 is basically, when you put in your calculator, it spells hoe.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh,
I thought that was an area code.
Oh, no.
And I was thinking an area code, like this whole area code is a hoe. Like, oh, you're a hoe in that whole area code. Like, you getting it out there.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Phil,
See, that's
hilarious.
my perspective. So it's important to hear these things.
Right, it's definitely important to hear this from the artist. So
yes.
So 304 is hoe spelled on the calculator.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been knowing this since middle school. You didn't know that?
Man, no, I guess I went to a different middle school from New York, man. We didn't have to spell hoe there. We just saw it. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, stop.
That's why I thought the area codes. You know what I mean?
So I played on the numbers with the area codes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really just about 304s, like hoes. It's about guys being hoes.
Why is it always guys, man? Let me ask you that.
Though.
How about, girls can be hoes?
They can't. I didn't say that. So that's a crazy thing. Like, people were commenting on social media talking about, you're a 304 though. And I'm like, first off, I never said anything about me. I'm not talking about me.
Yeah, but some of your lyrics refer to you. I know there's one lyric that you say something, they go down and they do trash on something on you that is referred to you.
I'm only out here messing with guys who...
Is that part of the song? Let me ask you, did you come up with that lyric or somebody throw that one in and said, man, you need to throw this one in. It'd be kind of fun.
It depends on which song though, because if it was like...
304.
Oh, it's 304? Oh, yeah. Well, honestly, no. It's because like, it's not that I'm dating though. It doesn't mean you know what a whore is? A whore is a woman who is like having sex with men for money. And that's it. And she's having sex with a bunch of men. And not even for money sometimes. She's just having sex with a bunch of men.
No emotion whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm dating. I'm talking to these guys and I'm dating and I'm like, seeing where this goes. That doesn't make me a whore.
Exactly. I feel the same way. I'm doing the same thing. I'm dating.
But some girls are okay with being whores. A lot of the female rappers talk about being whores.
I'm dating, and just because I buy dinner, it's still okay. I'm not like buying something, it's just dinner.
You not a 304?
I am not a 304.
You sure?
I am positive I'm not a 304. I'm a 6969, but I ain't a 304.
Yeah, 69 God. Stop.
You gonna make a song about that now? Look, I just gave you your new single.
No, that's
6969.
Oh my God, no, Kendrick already did that.
Yeah.
But anyways,
you can do it better though.
I don't consider myself a whore, but I guess everybody has a different definition of whores. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Did you take a little bit of heat though when it first come out?
Not really. People actually love the song. They think it's a bop.
Got a good little beat.
The beat is crazy.
The beat is nice.
The beat is crazy.
Isn't that so? What's more important in music, the lyrics or the beat?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, that's fair.
I think that
it's funny. I'm glad you said that because most people would pick one or the other, and they would normally pick the beat because beat, care what the words are. You be beeping, man. You it's hard. That's good.
That's not going to give the song longevity. I feel like the beat going to get it popping, but the lyrics won't give it the longevity.
I'm like Elvis. What do you think out there, man? What are your thoughts on all that?
Well, I'm a producer.
Yeah.
It's more so a melody too, right? So a combination of things. If you got a great melody, right? A song will last. When you think about how child learn their ABCs, you don't teach say, hey, A, B, C. They use a melody with A, B, C.
Yeah. Fact. That's right.
So it's really all about the melody that really sticks in people's head and make things last the longest for real.
That's right.
So whether it's the lyric doing the melody or whether it's a real, musical line for piano or guitar, etc., it's really about the melody for real.
Yeah, that's well said. Yeah. I didn't think about that. That's very true.
It is a melody. You're right.
So you came up with your very first album. It's called Bad Bitch Music, Volume 1.
Yes.
Bad Bitch.
Yes.
Where'd you come up with that? Come on.
So
you just looked in the mirror. You're like, I'm a bad bitch.
Pretty much. I just wanted to feel powerful. Like I was in a place where I was feeling really like low, just like just not powerful.
Yeah.
Like my self-esteem was low. Everything was just low. And
Do you find a lot of women are in the same position as you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's so many women who are even hiding behind bad bitch energy, and they're not really feeling that on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just so important to really believe what you say you are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So even when I was making the music, I didn't really feel it. I didn't feel that about myself for a while. But now I do.
Yeah. Well, you seem very confident, and obviously, you know, everybody when they're doing stuff out there, they're doing it for fun, they're doing it for money, for a career, whatever. But there's always a mission behind it. Like there's always a purpose.
Right.
What would you say your main purpose of music is for you?
I just want to empower and inspire people, you know, especially like women. I mean, guys too, you know, if they want to get in their boss guy energy.
Boss guy.
Yeah, their boss guy energy.
Would you do a song for them?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I like making music for the guys too. You know, I want my music to be heard by men and women. So, but yeah, I just want to empower people. I want to inspire people. You know, I want my music to make them feel good. They turn on and like, it gets like, I want a girl to be like, Tally, I just listened to your music and literally I was depressed and now I'm feeling myself. Like, girl, you got me out of this depression. I want my music to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the music did for me. When I was listening to Megan and listening to City Girls and Nicki and all that, it got me out of like my low time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It made me feel powerful.
I think that's what music is. I mean, it's therapy for everybody. It's therapy for the world.
Right.
One way or another. You know, you can relate to something. And I think that's what's important about it. I will tell you this, though. Your music, and I guess because, to be fair, I've only seen your music with videos. Yeah. So your music brings a smile to my face.
Really?
Like, yeah, it makes me smile. It does. It does. It does. I'm like, okay, all right, look at, she's having a blast. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's what life should be. Having fun, enjoying it, right, and not giving a shit what people think about it.
Exactly.
You know?
And that's why I do it. I want people to have a good time. I want them to smile and feel good when they hear my music. Like, it's enough negative stuff in this world.
Amen to that.
Constantly on our phones, like inundating us with negativity. Like, I'm tired.
Right. You
know?
100%.
Life don't have to be that way.
Or fake stuff. Or like,
or the AI and stuff.
You know that's what I'm saying. Just fake stuff and, you know, trying to be somebody you're not, or acting like you have something that you don't. Right. You know, the whole persona. But the reality is, you know, you can wish things, you can will things to happen if you do it in the right energy. You put it out in the right energy, in the right spot. Positive energy. So it's all about, man, staying positive, man. That's what that's what the world needs more of. And I can say that. It doesn't matter about your lyrics. Now, some of your lyrics are a little rough. I ain't gonna lie. I sit there and go, whoa, did she just say that? Like, but, wow.
You know,
I don't know if I have younger kids, I want them listening to that. But the reality is, she's having a good time, man.
I mean, but I'm not making music for kids, though.
Yeah, no.
But if they hear it on TikTok,
these kids today. They're the ones. That's the generation. They're listening to everything because they have so much access. Yeah. When I was growing up, I mean, we didn't have phones. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I mean, a pager came out. That was a big deal. You know what I mean? We were watching black and white TVs and everything. So you know, we got the fuzz at midnight because there was no more TV. There was a snowstorm on the screen. So you know, these kids today, they have access to everything. They got access to porn. They got access to they can watch anything, and you can't really police it when they have their own phones and stuff. So, you know, I think there's more acceptability of what people say and what people do. So I think it's the backstory behind it all is really what helps it all, you know? So, I mean, you taught me something about 304. So I didn't even know that. Boom. I got a better perspective. I like mine too, though. I thought it was, you know, the area code. It was a pretty big area code.
So what is it? I don't even know. What's the 30? Is that an area code?
Yeah, like an area code, like
304. Where is that? What city is that?
I thought it was in Virginia. That's what, you know. So, but I'm sure there's a 304 area code.
There probably is. I have to look it up.
We have to Google that stuff. We have to find that out. There's definitely got to be an area code 304. Yeah, there's got to be a 304.
West Virginia, not see? West Virginia.
See, West Virginia 304. So that's there. That's a bunch of hoes in that area. Or somebody's worked that whole area.
Oh my God, please. No, not West Virginia.
So listen, I also know you performed at the BET Awards.
Yes.
What was that like for you? That had been pretty exciting.
That was so amazing. So I actually performed at the BET Awards after party, but I went to the BET Awards.
Okay.
Yeah, last year. And oh my goodness, it was so cool.
Yeah.
It was really amazing.
What's some of the things that, you know, you take from that when you go to something like that and, you know, like, hey, you've been in movies, you've been, you know, you're doing different things. Mm-hmm. now you're part of this genre, these people that have done something in the Black community to become stars.
Yeah.
And you're part of that, and you're part of their entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, what does that do for your soul?
Honestly, it just makes me feel like really good because I've been, manifesting a lot of things. So that was one of the things on my vision board to even go to the BET Awards.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So the fact that I went, it's like, wow, like you really create your reality. This worked. Like I'm here.
Right.
I did it. So it just feels good to be a part of like the hip hop community and to be like, influencing it and like contributing to it. That's the word I'm looking for. In a good way too. Cause it's like, I feel like, every year like hip hop changes and it like, innovates itself into something new and different every year. Like you got to keep up with it too.
Yes.
As an artist, like you got to keep on like transforming yourself to keep up with the times too.
Right.
And that's
what's the biggest challenge, would you say, as an artist today? Because it is so much easier for people to be able to put out their stuff with all the social media out there and have access. People are making, they're recording at home. You used to have to go to recording studios and stuff. And now people are, can do it from their phones if they really wanted to. Might not be the greatest quality and stuff. You ain't going to get, what you're going to get from a guy like Elvis. But the truth of the matter is it can be done, So what would you say some of the biggest challenges?
Honestly, I feel like the biggest challenge is consistency. Like I've seen a lot of artists that I've, personally either met or connected with, and they're no longer even doing music. They're like, or they just don't post anymore.
So do you think they gave up, or they just felt like I'm not getting the traction?
I don't know.
So people ain't hearing me, and people don't like me. But the truth is, and that's something I want to say too. It's not always that people aren't hearing you. So you think people aren't hearing you, so you think that they don't like you. Mm-hmm. The fact is, maybe they just ain't hearing you. It's just not getting the reach that you need to.
Your audience.
Right. I mean, advertising is so hard these days, and it's easy too, right? It's a both. But you're dealing with, for example, the Super Bowl coming up real soon. Obviously, people are paying for ads. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why people pay millions and millions of dollars for a 30-second ad. Because you're getting the views, you're getting in front of those types of people.
Right.
Unfortunately, today a lot of people don't have the financing to get their stuff out there.
Yeah. I feel like, I have daily listeners, and that's what keeps me going. I'm like, somebody literally woke up today and decided to play my music, even if it was just like one person. Like they woke up and was like, I'm playing Tally Bandz. I have daily listeners.
That's great.
So why would I not keep making music?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. One person listens.
Like that's all you need. Listen, that's all I need.
Yes.
They're like my biggest fan. Like I'm gonna keep making music because if one person can listen, 1 million people can listen.
That's right.
There's like the population is billions of people. You think if one person is listening to your music, there can't be another million? That's literally what % of the population?
Yeah,
0.1?
Small of the world.
0.001?
You're talking there's somebody all over the place. Like there's somebody in Australia listening to your stuff.
I have people in Japan, all over the world listening to me. Why would I stop making music?
Yeah, that's good. That's a good way of understanding that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some people don't have the opportunities that you've been given to, and that is an unfortunate thing. Hi, I'm Phil Benamino, CEO and founder of Cost Plus Processing, the company that provides financial services to your business. We provide things such as POS systems, ATM machines, and check services. One of the biggest things that we strive ourselves here at Cost Plus Processing is our customer service. We are an A+ rated with the BBB with customer service, and we're proud to say we're here in the United States with all of our customer service agents. Our objective is to actually teach you and educate you about the costs that you're currently paying and show you ways where you can eliminate those costs that you no longer have to pay. One of the biggest programs that are out there today is our dual pricing program, where you actually can offer your customers now a choice of how they want to pay. Do they want to pay with cash or do they want to pay with card? And if they pay with card, it actually helps you to absorb the card fees, so you no longer have to pay the fees like you've done for many, many years. Cost Plus Processing aligns ourselves with some of the top POS companies out there in the industry today. For example, we have perfected the car dealership industry, and our dedicated team are equipped to manage a variety of online payment forms and financing options that merchants require in this advanced ecosystem of payments. If you have a restaurant, we are proud to be able to manage the ongoing difficulties that arise from this fast-paced industry, and you're looking for pay at the table, where customers can easily swipe their cards, tap their cards, and make their payments with tip and also have a choice of how they want to pay, we have the solutions for you here at Cost Plus. We want to help other small business owners make their dreams come true by providing the best financial support. From barbershops to liquor stores, having the ability to take payments, schedule online, and make calculating tip sharing an easy task only helps business owners put more attention and money into what really matters the most. Also, Cost Plus Processing is on the front end of AI. We can also provide you kiosks for your business so customers can walk over to the kiosk and order anything that they want. Likewise, if you're having a problem getting employees in the kitchen to work, we can also provide you robots that will actually deliver your food straight to the customer. I want to thank you for the time that you took to learn a little bit about Cost Plus Processing, and most importantly, why we are the future of merchant processing. You know, you've gotten to perform with some pretty cool people. Didn't you perform with like Sexy Red and Trina, and you got on stage with some cool things.
I did.
What was one of the best moments that you were able to work with somebody?
Honestly, my best moment was opening for Jacquees.
Yeah.
Because he came to the National, which is one of the biggest venues in Richmond. Uh-huh. And I've always wanted to get on that stage. Yeah. So I got to perform on that stage in front of it was hundreds of people. It was packed. And it was all people from Richmond. You know what I'm saying? That was just so awesome. So it was and they felt my music. They were screaming the lyrics. It was crazy. So yeah, that was my best performance, I feel like.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. All these music shows that are out there, you got The Voice, you got the American Idol. Have you ever done any of those things and been a part of that?
No, I haven't actually.
Yeah.
No.
What do you think about those types of shows?
I think they're great. I think that's a great way to get yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? Go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
People have success with it.
It's so funny because there's so many artists out there in small towns and small communities, and they don't have the larger opportunities. So something like that could showcase them.
Right, exactly.
To come out of that.
It's really a grind.
Yeah.
It's a grind. I started taking music seriously in 2021. I started making it in 2017, but it was just for fun.
Right.
2021 was when I decided I'm going to do this. This is my career.
Gotcha.
When I made that decision, it was like a domino effect. Opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity just started rolling in. It was really crazy. It was insane, actually. I was just what is happening? Okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I just kept rolling with it. You know what I'm saying? I just kept letting it compound. I feel like what people do is they let the negative things compound. So when something negative happens, they stick with it, right? And they just keep letting that negative thing cause them to keep falling into more negative things. No, when something positive happens, let that positive thing roll. Let the good times roll. Let it keep going. Just keep going. And I ran into a lot of negative things and roadblocks and things that didn't work out with people and managers and stuff. I just sat there and was okay, what am I going to do next? And I dug deep, and every time I did that, something else came, and I kept going. I just kept going.
Well, you seemed in tune with yourself, and that's important. Because it's true, because I could see how a lot of people will come at you and make promises. I mean, I've seen it, promises. Hey, we want to do this for you and do that for you. And then when all the smoke clears, you find out what you really got really wasn't what they told you were going to get. So,
exactly.
And if you let that crush you, which some people do, and my daughter was one of those people. She had, I'm not gonna say drummer boy, but there was a couple artists out there, labels that made some promises and wanted her to do some things for her to get to a certain level, and she wasn't willing to do those things either. Which as a female, I'm sure that gets thrown up as well. You see all that Diddy stuff going on and everything else, and you wonder, but that shit's real.
I feel like you shouldn't have to compromise on your value for what you want. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do something and you want to don't let the thing you want to do be more valuable than you, basically.
Yeah.
So that's how you keep yourself out of situations like that.
But has that happened though? You talk about sex sells. Obviously,
no,
people look
actually,
at you.
No.
Has anybody ever say, hey, Tally, if you do A, I'm going to help you get here, man.
That has not happened to me.
God bless. That's great.
Know,
That's
I'm
good.
Really blessed.
Yeah.
Because
what would you do
happened.
if it did?
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. What if they were attractive?
No, I wouldn't. I don't think I would do it. I took too long to answer that, but I wouldn't do it.
She's like, it's a case-by-case scenario. Maybe dinner first.
I took too long to answer that.
Yes, you did.
I would not do it.
Yes, you did. So listen, if you could choose to be have a feature with somebody, who would it be?
Oh, so I want features with a few people, but I guess if I had to choose, it would be Nikki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Who else? You said a few.
Future.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
And let me think, because there's somebody I wanted to work with. I was just thinking about it the other day. I work with Sada. Oh no, not what's his name? Oh my gosh, what's his name? He got that song out called Viking. Do you know who I'm talking about? Viking. Is his name Sada Baby? Saw Baby. I'd work with Saw Baby. He's dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You got the name down now.
Yeah. I feel bad now. I just like, think of his name, but
it's okay. It's okay. We figured it out. Thanks to Rocco over there. He's got it all together.
Yeah, I work with him. He's dope.
Yeah. So who did you look up to growing up in the music? Like, who was your, like, man, I idolize her or him. I mean, who was your idol back then?
Tupac, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like,
okay.
When I was a kid and he passed away, I cried.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because I didn't even really know like why I was crying, but I knew he was like an important person. And I just loved his music. Yeah. My uncle, that's all he would play growing up. Like we'd be riding around in the car. Tupac was blasting. So he was my favorite rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I looked up to him. And he's a Gemini too. And he's an actor. He's super cool. Like people think he's just this thug, but he's got layers to him. Like he's really like this intellectual, philosophical type of person.
It's funny you say that. You use the word layers. People have layers. But again, getting back to what people see and what people know are two different things.
Right.
And people don't get to know somebody. So they think they're a certain way and they treat them a certain way based on the community or what they feel about what they're seeing, but they don't really know the real person.
Exactly.
And they think maybe their music defines them, but it's most of the time it doesn't.
It really doesn't.
No. You're giving what the fans want. You're giving entertainment.
Exactly.
There's some song. I'm sure there's some stories. In fact, wait a second. You had an album. Didn't you do a story? You did a song based on your growing up. What was the name of that one again?
The Red Door.
The Red Door. So tell us a little bit about that and what inspired you to that song.
So I grew up in this place called St. Susan off Hall Street in Richmond, and the door was red. So I remember walking home from school every day, coming home to the Red Door. And when I would come home from school, my daddy was supposed to be there. My mom was working. She's always working. And my daddy was supposed to be there. He wasn't there. He was out running the streets, whatever. So I would call my grandma, and I was like 4 years old, and I knew her number by heart, and I would dial her number and call her and be like, Grandma, I'm hungry. Like, we're hungry. We just got home from school. Can you come bring us some food? And she would come every time. Like, she loved that I would call her and she'd be right there.
Damn.
So, yeah, that's just pretty much just talking about how I grew up, where I grew up, where I'm from. And then I talked about how my mom moved us to the county later on. So I was born in Richmond, but I moved to Chesterfield when I was like 6.
Okay.
But I would spend every summer in like Southside Richmond with my cousins and stuff. So, that's pretty much how I gained my identity, because the school I went to was like not a lot of Black kids. It was mostly like white kids in that school.
Was that hard?
I was so young, so I didn't really like think about it,
Yeah, but coming from a background, I mean, obviously your parents weren't together, and you're fighting to just come home and get food,
right?
So your upbringing was a lot different.
Yeah. I don't know. I just didn't really think about it when I was a kid. You don't really think about stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I knew, I guess I was different, but I just didn't really think about it. And I didn't really experience racism growing up at all, like ever.
Right. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a great thing.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately everybody can say that.
I know. And like when I, got older and started getting into like, when I was working 9 to 5s, before I became an entrepreneur, it would be like, women who look like me, who older than me, who would be like, we're this color. You got to do this. You got to work like this. I'm just like, well, I didn't experience that. I didn't experience having to work twice as hard or do this as hard, because I didn't experience racism like that, So.
Yeah. And obviously that's a whole different topic, right? Racism stuff, you talk about that, but I consider it just hatred, right? It's just hatred, because I experienced it. I experienced it when I was down south.
Really?
Because back then it was, what are you doing down here? You need to go back up north. Go back to where you came from.
What? They told you that?
Oh yeah.
People is terrible.
I went through a little different scenario too. Growing up, I was fighting for custody of my daughter. I had a child out of wedlock, and I wasn't a fuckboy. I'm just saying right now. I'm just saying I was not a fuckboy. But I did go to Hooters one night, and I met a Hooter girl. So but it turned out to be the best thing to happen. I have a beautiful daughter. But be a guy from New York, come down south, and try to fight for your child that you're not married to in wedlock. I visited a lot of jails here in the state of Georgia. Wow. So going through those battles and everything else. So I felt like race. I felt like I was getting, because they were
prejudice.
Of
they
course.
were discriminating.
Yeah, you're a New Yorker, you're a hot-headed Italian. Go back home to where you belong. Leave her here, let her. And I'm like, no,
that's crazy.
I'm not gonna do it. So
like anyone can really experience that.
Yeah, that's the reality of it all. You know what I mean? It's hard. We can't undo history. History is what it is. But I'm at the level now where it's called history for a reason.
Right.
It's the past. Let it be the past. So if it happens today, shame on them. It's just hatred.
It's
know what I mean? It's just hatred.
And the hatred is just people who don't understand, so they fear and so they hate.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. I think you got to write a song about that. You got to write hatred. You got to write a song.
Really?
I don't know. I just feel something.
I didn't experience a lot of hatred though.
Yeah, but you talk about it and talk about the positive and flipping it.
Well,
flipping it around.
I can flip it around.
What's the area code? What's the area code for positive? What's the words that spells that in the phone?
I don't know if it spells that. I don't think you have a word for that.
So where does Tally want to be in 5 years from today? Where do you see yourself? I mean, you're a girl that manifests stuff. You've done so well. You can already just I could just feel your aura. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I see myself in 5 years, probably just settle down at that point, and
you say settle down. So you want a family? You want okay.
I do want a family.
Want children?
I want kids. I want kids. I want a husband.
How many kids you want?
I want 2 kids.
2?
Yeah,
okay.
just 2. Yeah.
Boys, girls, any preference? Just healthy.
I want a girl and a boy.
Yeah.
And healthy. Yes.
Yeah. Amen.
But I see myself just settle down and having everything I want. So that could be obviously I feel like everything's happening right now. I don't believe in 5 years. I don't really believe in time. Everything's happening now. What you want is happening now. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So in 5 years, I'd have everything I want, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the family, all the accolades from my career. That's the money I want, everything. I'd have everything I want.
What kind of money you want?
I want millions of dollars.
What's millions? What's enough for you?
100 million.
100 million.
Yeah.
100 million. So 100 million, you're good.
I'd probably be good with 100 million.
Probably good. So 50's not enough.
No, 100 million.
Well, that's good. You got a goal. You got a mindset. Do you have a financial person that helps you with finance?
I don't. I probably need one.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I can't tell you how many times people sit there. I'm talking from professional athletes to recording artists to anything, people that make bags of money, but they don't know what to do with it.
Really?
Oh yeah. And that's the problem. And they end up go out there, buy the big house, buy the nice cars and the good jewelry. And before you know it, they're broke.
They're broke.
And they're like, shoot, now I'm 40, now I'm 50. What am I supposed to do next? I'm not as relevant as I was when I was 20 or 30, in those genres. So how do I get back into the game, type of business? So you definitely got a plan. And I'm telling you this and hoping people are listening to this as well, is plan for that future, because you got to give yourself rules, because money can multiply if you utilize it properly. Yeah. And if you don't utilize it properly and disrespect it, it'll disappear.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
quick.
Fast. I'm just telling you that fast. Exactly. So if anything I could tell you, get yourself a good money manager. You have managers for music, you got producers, you have people in place so that you can be at your best no matter what it is. Get a financial person too to help you as that as well. Don't be like, I can handle my own money, this, that, and the other. Yes, you can, but there's got to be rules with it. I'm going to throw something at you real quick. I'm curious if you know. Who's your partner in business right now? You're CEO of your own company. Who's your partner?
It's just me. I don't have a partner.
Yeah, you do have a partner. See? I'm going to teach you something today. You definitely have a partner. Who's your partner? The IRS.
Oh.
The IRS.
Isn't Trump getting rid of that?
No, they're still your partner. They're still going to get paid. Now, thank God for Trump, you're not going to get paid as much, which is a good thing. Amen to that. I'm tired of taking 44% of my money.
He's about to eradicate the IRS.
So thank God for that. But the reality is The IRS is your partner. So I always tell people, and I mentor a lot of people as well along the way. But the reality is, if your IRS is going to get, let's just call it 30% of your money, and they're your partner, how much money should you live off of that you're making? If they're getting 30%. I mean, if we were true partners and I was taking the 30% draw out of the company, how much should you take too?
So that's 70% for me, right?
No,
I'm not saying that I'm taking it. So you're saying they took 30%.
Correct.
So now we're partners and we have to split the whatever's left.
No, I'm saying if we are partners and I just happen to be the IRS and I'm taking 30%, how much should you take out of the company too? Out of your money?
Oh my gosh. I've never thought about something like that.
I know. That's why I'm throwing this out. I want to help you for your future.
I guess I would. I mean, I could probably live off 30% myself.
Correct. Yeah. You're supposed to take 30%. If I'm going to take 30%, then you take 30% too.
Yeah.
Okay. That leaves you 40% left over.
Okay, yeah.
Now that's the fun money. Now that's what we do. You take that 40, you live off of that 30%, you learn how to live off that 30%, and then you utilize the other money. I say there's 4 things. You put 10% in long-term investments.
Okay.
You put 10% in short-term investments, a little riskier stuff. You put 10% in safe investments, money market, savings account, emergency fund, car blows up, AC blows, you got money sitting around, and 10% what I call your fuck you fund. Okay, that's your fund. Okay, at the end of the year, that 10%, whatever, you want to go on vacation, you want to buy yourself a new Louis Vuitton, but whatever you want to do, you get to do it. Or if you want to reinvest it, you can do it. If you can live within rules with money, you respect it, you watch that shit grow. I'm just telling you. It'll grow, and you'll get to 100 million. I believe that. So just a little food for thought.
Thank you. I need to hear something like that because people don't really teach you financial literacy. I definitely didn't grow up learning it myself. So
right, that's the truth. You play that music, you can get that music good. You get the money, but it's what you do with the money.
What you do with it
that helps it important.
Right.
I tell people all the time. It's like making money. I got the Lambo, I got the Ferrari, I got all those things too. But I didn't just make the money and go buy it. I made the money and I utilized that money to buy maybe real estate that was bringing in more money. And then that money I was using to buy the cars and buy the jewelry and those types of things. So you utilize your money to make other money that helps you get the things you want. When you have that, if you start that at a young age and you live by that, you're never in a financial jam. You don't have to worry about, being relevant at 50. You know what I mean? Type of thing.
I'm trying to be on a yacht at 50,
there you go.
With a cigar in my mouth. I'm not trying to be doing
nothing. I believe it. And I believe it's going to happen.
Thank you.
So listen, tell the viewers a little bit too. I know you got a little clothing line that you've been working on. Yes. I know it's not quite launched and everything, but tell us a little about your inspiration with the clothing line and what that's all about.
Yes. So my clothing line is called Kavis, and that's my middle name. And I just wanted to sound, like something fancy. So I feel like my name sounds kind of fancy. That's why I named it that.
Yeah. Bands, baby. It's bands. Throw them bands.
But yeah, so it's basically like a loungewear and swimwear for women. Because I came up with it during the pandemic when everyone was working from home. And I thought like, everyone's just wearing loungewear. And honestly, that's all I really wear. Like I'm in the gym like 3 to 4 days a week. So most time you're going to see me in some gym clothes, some loungewear, something like, what I'm saying, like that. So that's why I wanted to make it. Or I'm a summer baby. So I like to go to the beach and I like to take vacations. So I wanted to do swimwear. Yeah. So, but I definitely want to
I can see you doing that video on the yacht now. I can see that. I
want to expand it though to actually having fashion as well. Like, high fashion. So I wanted to get like Fenty, like Rihanna's Fenty clothing. I wanted to get up to that point.
Yeah, I think that's great, man. You already have this. You're already doing it. You know what I mean? So you're like, hey, I'm not just doing music. I'm not just doing modeling. I'm doing movies. I'm doing. I got my own clothing line. Like you got a plan. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's good that you're doing that. So many times people put all their eggs in one basket, and you know what? Sometimes it can go really well, but if that basket goes bad, you're starting all over again. So It's good that you're diversifying some things. So that's really important. Sounds like a lot of fun.
It is.
You gonna have any guy clothes though, man? Come on.
I was thinking of having a guy line.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably will eventually. But I gotta get the girl line first.
I know. Y'all about them women, man. Y'all about them women. Take care of women. Guys are number
now you're
hoes.
making me feel bad.
I get it. Guys are not we nothing but fuck boys and hoes and all the problems.
Look, first off, I don't feel that way about every man.
But you want a man and a family, so
I do.
There's some good ones.
There's some good ones out there.
That's right.
Yeah.
What do you look for in a man?
For me, he has to be hardworking and just and a provider and caring, loving, compassionate, nurturing, all that. And attractive, like for me, I want him to be attractive. But I'm not looking for a man right now.
Yeah.
But if
I don't know if
I
The
were to
Bachelor
get a
called
man-
you up right now and asked you to come on the show, would you do it?
The Bachelor? What do you look like?
Yeah. Let's say he's a good looking man, obviously, because you would obviously, have to be attracted to him for you to be on it. But would you do a reality show like that?
Oh my goodness.
Or maybe you be the Bachelorette. Would you do a reality show like that? They bring you in and said, "Hey, man, Tally, we want you to be the Bachelorette, man. We're going to bring in 25 guys that are just crazy over here, and you get to date them all." Would you do that?
I probably would do it.
Yeah,
I probably would. Why not?
they got so many crazy reality shows out there right
I
now.
know. Yeah.
Blind at first sight or love at first sight. You meet somebody blind. You're
The
behind a
craziest thing
wall.
to me is the naked and afraid.
Oh, shit! That ain't crazy. That's stupid. Let's just be honest.
I
It's called
know.
what it is.
Like I watched that
You know?
one time. I'm like, why y'all out here naked in this wilderness?
But you don't turn it off. That's the funny
I
thing.
couldn't turn it off.
No, you're like, yeah, they're running around the world. I mean, they're sleeping with ants crawling up their ass and everything else. Bugs biting the hell out of them. Like, that is not fun to me.
No.
I do not need to see that. And
Right.
you know what? If I'm ever caught in the middle of the woods, it's nice to know this is how you got to live and survive. Like, I'll learn a few things from them. That's cool. But
Definitely learn
to
some
want
things.
to actually go on that show or do that?
Oh, hell
no, I'm good.
I would never go on that show.
Yeah,
in
I'm
a million
good.
years. Hell no.
If you could choose one reality show to go on, what would it be?
Mm.
You ever see that Deal No Deal Island one now? They got out there.
It's an island one?
It's an island. It's Deal No Deal Island. Howie Mandel started it, man. It was first year. The second year season coming out now. But it's actually pretty cool.
I'd probably go on that one.
Yeah, because you can talk about money. You got a chance to win money too.
Yeah.
But you got to be a little strategic as well. They got some big ass money they're giving away. Shoot, somebody last week got a case for $5 million.
Right.
So I was like, damn, that's pretty cool.
Damn. Yeah, I'm going on that show.
Yeah.
That's the show I pick right there.
Yeah, that's the one. So, Tally, I want to, as I roll this up, what are some things that Tally Bandz does for fun? What do you do to just unwind? There's so much pressure in today's day. There's so much stress that goes on in everybody's life. I mean, obviously you got a great soul. You're a happy girl, but I'm sure there's times people don't see behind the scenes. You get stressed out. You get a little, you got to unwind and stuff. What do you do?
I mean, I'm a homebody. I be in the house, but I just go home.
Can you cook?
Yeah, I cook.
Yeah?
I
What kind
always
of
cook.
food
I
you
don't even
cook?
really eat out like that. I like to cook salmon.
You do the
steak.
healthy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
all right.
healthy. I really only drink water. I haven't had alcohol in a while, so y'all got me out here drinking.
That
But
was a choice. That was a choice.
it was a choice. I know it was a choice. I wanted to. I mean, I'm in Atlanta. Like,
Yeah.
I'm on the podcast with Wham Bam. Like,
That's right,
Wham Bam
baby.
Phil. I'm out here having a good time.
Hey, can we throw that one in the lyrics, man? Get it a wham bam, a little
Wham,
quick.
I actually was thinking about making
Yeah.
a song called Wham Bam. I'm not gonna lie, that
Come
sounds
on.
cool.
Let's do that.
Like,
Let's get that out there.
yeah,
Come
it's
on.
like shit just happens.
I
Like Wham
I
Bam.
come in hard with a little video look. or
Okay, you gotta
something,
make the
what I mean?
cameo.
Yeah, I'll make a little cameo. I'll put it out there. Shoot, that'd be a little hard.
That would be lit. We gotta shoot it in Miami too.
All right. I got a
Vegas,
place. I
or
got a place.
Vegas.
I got a place in both of them. We can go either place. Yeah. Let's shoot it one of the places there.
Phil, what are we
So-
doing? Let's
so-
get it popping.
Let's get it going.
Come
Let's
on.
get it
Like
going.
what?
So homebody.
Yes.
You like staying home, relax, leave me the hell
Yeah.
alone. Do you ever shut your phone off? Do you ever just put it off?
Actually, I've never done that. I probably should though.
Yeah. Are you addicted to it?
Probably.
Yeah, most people
Yeah,
are.
I know.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It is. Would you freak out if your phone died?
I do freak out. I'm like, "Oh, George,
I need charger. Somebody.
where's the charger?
You know what's going to end up happening? You're going to be one of those, once you get another big bag, you're going to end up having two phones. Just so one dies, you always got to back up.
Exactly.
And stuff.
But yeah, I just like to chill. I do a facial, chill at home. I mean, I like to go out too. I'll go to the movies or something chill. I just be chilling. I'm chill for real. I know I seem like hyped up because Tally Bandz, you know what I'm saying? And y'all see my music and everything, but I'm really just a chill person. Like,
Yeah. I think
chill
you're great.
girl.
I think it's great. Hey, tell some of the viewers out there, there's some little girl out there today watching this that wants to be you, wants to be a girl rapper, already doing it now at a young person. What should she do? What steps should she take to go ahead and actually get into the studio and do those things?
The first step is believe in yourself. Like, you cannot do anything if you don't believe in what you're doing, because even if it prospers, it's going to crumble. So just believe in yourself, girl. Like, you're literally a goddess. Like, when you were born, you were perfect. There's nothing you need to do. You're already perfect. So go for whatever you want and just pray about it. You know, talk to God about it. Like, I did a lot of talking to God. So talk to God, pray about it, and just go for it and be consistent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be afraid of success too, because a lot of people are afraid of success. Just know you can be successful. Like, believe in that good things can happen to you, because they can, and you deserve it. And that's that.
There you have it, folks. You heard it right there from Tally herself. Believe in God, man. You can do this. You know you can. And as Wham Bam always says, if your life was a movie, would it be worth watching? And if the answer is no, then stop being ordinary and start being extraordinary. Till next Wednesday, baby. Stay positive and keep testing negative. I'm your boy Wham Bam, and I'm out.